guys, Nestletter Magic here, and oh look, it's a wall of trash Magic cards. This is becoming a bit of a meme at this point. It's all coming together a little too tidy. I mean, we always knew that, like, WotC was a dumpster fire, then, like, certain products were a dumpster fire, and then the products were literally found in basically a dumpster. I mean, a really big, like a landfill. Now we've got, I mean, what are we gonna call this? I mean, like, bales of, I got nothing. I don't know. Oh, I got it. MTG cubes. You have to leave a thumbs up if you even had slightly higher amounts of air come out of your nostrils just there. So this is my cube I just built, guys. What do you think? It's 4,000 kilograms. I don't know how many cards are in it. Guys, we can draft my cube, but like, I just built it and it's kind of trash. All right, so there's not much legible here. Not enough detail, not enough focus, but we can see the printing marks, which means that these were whole sheets that were shredded. And it looks to me like they weren't cards first. So they were shredded as sheets, which means that there is a critical mistake on the art or like the spelling to the point where they're not just like, you know what, screw it, send it. Like it was missed in the proofs and the editing and person after person after person not giving a crap and doing their job. Okay, it's been years of this. Sorry if I'm not going to dwell on it. It's WotC. It's just another Tuesday. Let's move on. Although, I mean, you can see some card edges that are flat, which means that some of them were cut. Now in this next one, that appears to be, it could be a different product, but I'm going to say it's like outer casing, like booster box, or like those triple packs or, you know, hangers or whatever. That's what all that green is, I think. Then we've got more cards. I zoomed up, maybe like an insert is in there. There's just not much discernible. There's some dark cards you might be able to tell, like a custom frame, maybe. Looks like maybe battles are like some of the new planes from Plane Chase. Those white ones on the right there, I know what those are. Those are drop cards or intentional blanks because I don't see a barcode on them. So what those are is like, oh, we just didn't fill up the sheet. Don't put these in the pack. And then occasionally they make their way into the pack. They're a cool collector's item. But usually what they do is they have a barcode saying drop these. But I think the Texas facility doesn't have the right optical sorting. So when they have to put certain stuff in certain order by like optical recognition, the only way to do it is in Japan. But I don't know if that extends to barcode reading. Because like, I mean, a $10 device could read a damn barcode. Those could be just playtesting blanks, but then like, why shred them? And like WotC probably has enough of those. So that one's kind of weird. I gotta say that one threw me off for a bit because it's drop cards without the drop signal barcode. I don't get that. Then we got this picture, which, I mean, I'll just zoom right into it. Ring! And then you compare it to the Lord of the Rings packaging. This was Lord of the Rings right here, which isn't out yet. That stuff don't come out till June 2023. So yeah, they're probably running the print job right about now or did in the past. I'd say actually a month ago for a nice, safe, comfortable margin. But when has stuff been showing up on time lately? So who knows? So we know it was Lord of the Rings, but then what is this? It says Shiny Za and then like, I don't know, SREK or Prek or Pren or I don't know. My first thought was, oh, Shiny Zapdos, but I'm like, okay, yeah, I doubt those are printed in the same facility with the same quality control standards, okay? I don't think it's a Shiny Zapdos custom Pokemon box. Or are they? Maybe it's at a different facility. Maybe the original post wasn't lying where the person said this is at a recycling facility, not a printing facility. And what would Shiny anything be? Like, that one, really, if anybody has any theories, I didn't look too much into this because I'm just so short on time. I finally finished my taxes today, and yeah. Lot of time and hours to just review how absolutely broke I am and then just cross my fingers, hope I don't owe the IRS more money than I have this year. Absolute nightmare, as usual. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel, showing up to live streams, any kind of donos, checking out advertisers, signing up for YouTube Premium and just watching my stuff, like anything, dude, for real. That is the only reason that I'm still around, otherwise I'd have to be doing something more lucrative. And your boy don't want to go back to driving for Uber. I hate drunk people. So, in this image, I saw a couple other things. Like one says creature. Oh boy. There's a blue card with a tap symbol. There's just like nothing here. Maybe people with more time than me took more than a couple seconds to look at this, but so you're probably waiting. Okay, here's my conclusion, because I usually have one. With the proof marks, these were defective sheets. Or overflow, they printed too many and they cut their orders because nobody's buying as much. And it's either shred them now or shred them later. And we all know WotC does not want stuff liquidated. That makes the brand look cheap and it looks bad. You see a full-blown actual booster pack at like the dollar store, that is so bad for the brand. They'd rather just pay for them and say shred them. Save us the shipping cost, shred them. Or there was a like drastic problem with them. Like, I don't know, a changing of the standard rules? A completely overpowered broken set? Although a day one ban versus, or like a pre-ban before it even comes out, which doesn't affect anyone in any way, other than dead cards in a dead format that you could still play in Commander just fine. Like, just pre-ban something standard if it's a problem. So it must have been a printing, like, actual problem. But on the couple I saw, I didn't see, like missing text mixing art or, like, you know, I don't know. So the other theory is, well, they always shred and recycle the edges because they cut those off. But also they threw some cards in. Could be sheets, could be cards. It looks like, I mean, we'll never know, you know? It's in too fine of pieces, and there's too many parts where you can't just say, like, oh, yeah, that's a hard edge. And I see multiple cards connected, too. So I think it's a mix of cut and uncut cards. But this has to be at or near the printing facility. Now, here's the problem with that. I know for a fact, because I have heard this myself multiple times, so unless something changed, because it was years ago, that WotC does not allow them to just send this off to whoever, you know, until the release date or the spoiler date. They will allegedly pay the printing facility to hold on to these shredded cards in, you know, whatever form, in a dumpster, in a bale, in a warehouse, whatever, until the release date, so that these don't just go out in the public and then people start piecing them together, getting spoilers and selling the parts. Because that absolutely could and would happen. So how the hell did this end up at a recycling facility with a Lord of the Rings thing on it? How'd that happen? Lord of the Rings spoilers have not started yet, not even close. That's why my theory is that the person actually works in a different section of the printing facility and took these photos. Because as far as I know, legally and contractually, these didn't leave there yet. And they don't tend to screw that up, or we would have been hearing about it. Here's the problem with all that. Here's one of the last photos. Those are Pokemon cards. One of those says Sableye, clear as day. That's their border, that's their back. Those are shredded Pokemon cards. And I can almost guarantee you Pokemon cards are not printed at the same facility as that low-quality trash Magic the Gathering. Not in America. And that Sableye is written in English. Maybe it is a shiny Zapdos product then, I don't know. Which would strongly suggest that these were taken off-site. So maybe the printing company's lying to them. Maybe they made a mistake. I don't know. Maybe they ran out of room. Here's one that throws it for even more of a loop. Are you ready for this? That looks like either traditional or simplified Chinese. Maybe Japanese, maybe Korean, I don't know. Those aren't printed in America. So that's Nissa, and I don't know, she looks pretty Phyrexified, so maybe this is like some kind of, I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, look at those claws, but we know, didn't she get, yeah, she got Phyrexified because Chandra was all like, oh, my girlfriend. So this has got to be March of the Machine or the Aftermath, right? But how the hell did they get a hold of, and it appears to be foil, which is not very recyclable, by the way, like foreign cards? How'd that happen? So taking it all into consideration, and for some reason there's sheet music mixed in too. Okay. Wizards of the Coast got these all in, although why would they themselves, instead of a distributor, be holding cards from Japan? But okay. And then they're like, dude, we got to get rid of some inventory. There's no way. But WotC doesn't hold them all. The distributors do. They don't even hold on to like anything. I don't think anything touches the warehouse. Even the Amazon stuff, they just ship it straight from the printer to Amazon. Why would they not? So, like, I'm yet to hear a valid explanation for this. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. This one single photo right here just takes everything and just throws it into chaos. None of it adds up. I'm stumped. I'm completely at a loss. I've got some theories, but we're never going to find out either, and that's what pisses me off, because WotC's never going to tell people. So unless we get some more follow-up photos, maybe we did. I don't know. I'm like 3 days late making this stupid video. If there is, I'll make another video, but like, I want to see some more up-close photos from whoever this is. It said, oh, a friend of mine works there. Well, if that's true, they can go get more photos, in theory. But Asian language foils, which could be a foreign secret lair old border, maybe. I don't know who would buy that. In America, I don't know. I don't get it. I'm pretty sure that WotC gets in proofs from all around the world from the different printing facilities. So they would have a couple individual cut cards or sheets from, the foreign ones, but then how does that match the volume here? I mean, a couple sheets, and then wouldn't WotC not send them to a recycling facility until they're out? I mean, just put them in a desk or something somewhere. Any theory gets you really close, but none of them get you there, and there's contradictory evidence for anything. This is driving me nuts, because usually I can solve these things. Maybe these were taken at an overseas place that has different, standards, and then the Pokemon cards are in English because I don't know. How do you take this card and the rest of what we're seeing and mix it together? How do you do that? How do you reconcile the different things? None of these should even be on the same continent. I don't get any part of this. All I know is some weird crap is going down, and seeing these shredded before they're even for sale or announced means nothing good for WotC and Magic the Gathering. But if that's news to you at this point, what rock have you been living under? The game's not doing great. And why did WotC toss sealed cards in pallets, allegedly it was WotC, who knows, into a landfill, and then bother to recycle these when they're like Mylar and aluminum coated foils that you can't even send to a paper recycler? They can't turn it into pulp if it's paper plastic mix. What is this? Look, I have one last theory. All of them are counterfeit. All of them. And they were seized at the border and destroyed. But then how did a foreign company get a hold of unreleased Lord of the Rings set stuff yet? I mean, they could hack it or whatever, but why would they even bother printing it yet? I didn't spend hours looking at this, but none of the rips or cuts appear to show a blue core or a purple core, which means they don't pass the rip it in half and check for a blue core test. And guess how that works? I don't know. I got nothing, dude. I don't know. This is weird. If anybody has any information, I would love to hear about it. Thanks for watching. My brain is broken. I'm going to go get some sleep. Screw snow, screw the IRS, and screw Wizards of the Coast.